And then, well, everyone who can hear me right now, you will be let in. If you can see this, then you're in the waiting room. Okay. All right, I've sent it out to the people. All right, here we go. Let's add these jurors in. Who could be here? I'm just gonna add them in the order that they placed. So we have Ari. Oh wait, how do I make MJ go on the top? How do I do this? Oh no. Ali. Now I'm forgetting your placements. Crow. Jinx. Jack.
Hey.
Matt. Okay, good. We're on the top. That is what I wanted. Okay. I will get everyone just to mute just while we are doing this, so there's no extra audio. Okay, so welcome everyone. You finally did it. Oh my gosh, all of you, the idol adventure you were doing all season, you made it to the Rocky Awards. Congratulations. I know you are all so excited to be here. You had to go through mazes, limo drivers, all sorts of wild things, but you are finally here. So congratulations. For those of you who maybe it's been a minute, or I don't know, maybe you didn't watch this for your past season or seasons, before we get to the winner reveal, I'm of course going to drag it out pretty long. We're going to do a few things. We're going to go through our, maybe I'll tell you, maybe I won't. We're going to go through our superlatives. Ryan loves the joke of we're millennials. Everyone gets a trophy. And every time we make it, I feel like older and older because I'm like, we're not all millennials. Some of you are Gen Z anyways. And then we next will go through the fun awards. So this is things like the biggest hero, the biggest villain, most robbed, all sorts of things. We then have our big awards. We have the player of the season and player of the season runner up. I did do two this time. The fan favorite and the host favorites. And then of course we have our winner reveal, who will be crowned the sole survivor. I'm sure you'd all like it if I did that one first, but I will not be doing that one first. I'll be doing our wonderful superlatives. So keep in mind, these are just fun, silly little awards for people. There's kind of like random either jokes, or if I couldn't think of a joke, I'm just like, I love you. That's basically what the awards are. Here we go. These are in alphabetical order. I'm pretty sure it's mostly alphabetical, so no indication of placements here. Here we go. Our first award is to Ali for the future retirement home intern, because he just couldn't get fired as the intern. I thought that was wild. He was a fantastic intern, so Ali, we will be hiring you. But please don't try to quit every round because we'll need you to stay. Next up, okay, this one, I thought of this every time Allison cried. I just thought of, you know what, call her Whitney because she is so emotional every single time. I love that song, and I also love Allison, and we love thinking of Allison with this song. Next up, we have Ari, everyone's bestie for life again, because every time Ari plays, I don't know how they do it, but everyone says Ari is my bestie. They're my number one, and then Ari votes them out, and they're like, what just happened here? We love it. We love Ari. Next up, we have Chris. Never trust Matt Summers. Listen, Chris said it when he went home. At the start of the round when he left, he was like, me and Matt are going to work together. And then he and Matt definitely did not. Death by Matt Summers once again. Cindy, we love Cindy. That's really all this is. I just love Cindy. We miss her. We hope she's okay. Crow doesn't need a man. Crow does not need a man to make it to the final 6 of this game and do well. You know what? Last time he got the showmance and the win. This time he didn't get the win. Maybe he got the showmance. I think we'll find out afterwards, but he didn't need it. Also, I'm gonna get rid of this thing on the bottom. Gross. There we go. Emily, they were ugly for voting you out first. This is just a fact. It's not a joke. It's real, and you're all ugly for it. And then Eve, $1 million diva. I mean, it's just true. Eve is the $1 million diva, and we love them so much. Jack, best red carpet council setup. I joked that you were going to get that award on stream several times, but I mean, it's true. It's the best red carpet council setup. Oh my gosh, so hard to say. Next one, Jay could have won, but the break killed them. I mean, we kind of joked about this also in jury, but like, yeah, Jay was killing it. And then the break for some people was a little hard to come back from. I feel that it was hard for me to come back from too. But Jay's edgic, you'll see it, was like CP, 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 invisible out. And it was really sad, but we love Jay. And even though he was only in the game for a bit, still killed it. Jinx, least emotional exit. I mean, Jinx left, and I don't think the viewers, there's no emotion there. I wasn't sad. The players weren't sad. No, everybody was sad. Everyone was like, Damn, like if this was on the show, a real episode, we'd all be crying. They'd play the hero music because it was very emotional. Justin, most voted out player. Again, just a fact. He's been voted out 3 times and only played twice. That's icon behavior. That's why he was on the icons. Next, Keegan, Ari's #1 fan. I don't think Keegan's watching right now, but if he is, yeah, Ari and Keegan were both a little wary of each other at the swap because of Galaxy's Edge. I guess it proved to be correct because Keegan did go home, but we love history repeating itself. Next, Lily, always an idol icon. Lily, I mean, the first season she was saved by idols. This time she was taken out by them. Again, Lily was also robbed. We love Lily. Next, Lindy, Lizard Queen. I mean, that speaks for itself. How can we not reference Lyndon's Lizard? We love. Matt, efficient businessman. This is just because on the live night, I loved when Matt would join the calls for the little firing game and be like, we have to make some cuts around here. What do you do? And was like interrogating everyone. It was very fun. Also going to be hired for retirement home. MJ, 0-100, no in between, because MJ was like pretty quiet the first couple rounds. Then he was like, I'm going to play an idol and that I just found. And then he was like, pretty over the top, and then he was very quiet. Then he came back and was like, what if Jinx and I are just so silly every day? And it was just like all over the map. I really loved it. It was very MJ. It was so fun. Milo just robbed again. Everybody was robbed, really. I was sad to see Milo go in the same position that he got last time, but he's still a star. Rose, she shone too brightly for us. Again, just a fact. We love Rose. Always an icon and a star. Same with Steph, always a perfect legend. Listen, she may not have played a perfect game this time, but we will always love Steph. TJ, hat legend. Again, the hat. I guess we didn't get to see a lot of the hat this season, but I love TJ's hat. And then Javier, multitasker. Javier, this was just because you would be like in a meeting and then you'd be on council and then you'd be doing a workout in a way because your heart rate would be getting up there. I just loved it. I loved how much you were doing. Okay, fun awards. Also, Javier says there were so many players. I was nervous I'd forget people, but I hope that was everyone. All right, these are the fun awards. So hero, villain, most robbed, etc., as well as some fun moments from this season. So the biggest hero of this season, I don't think this is that surprising because this person was like a viewing lounge favorite. Everybody was obsessed with them. I was obsessed with them. They were my winner pick for a lot of the game. But beyond that, I felt like if this was a real show, like this would be the person you'd be so confident is going to win. And then when they don't, you're like, hello, and you're just so upset. I think at one point they said that they related to Christian quite a bit from David versus Goliath. And I was like, I can see that because there's like this big heroic moment and then you're gone. And it's so sad. They were also just like very strong player overall, but that is why Jinx is the hero of the season. Congratulations, Jinx. You were loved by everybody as well as a strong player. So to me, this one was pretty obvious. But the villain, a little harder to award. I feel like we had like 10 people competing for villain of the season at all points in time. Ultimately, I picked this person because they would get added to an alliance chat and the alliance chat would be like, this is going so well. And then they would message their host chat and be like, I hate it. Why am I here? I'm going to lie to everyone today, I guess. I thought it was very funny. So Crow, congratulations, you're villain of the season. Made a lot of big moves, betrayed people at the start of the game, not where I thought you'd be going, but it was very fun to watch you get there. All right, some of the best moments of the season. There were so many, but I could only pick a few. I did have to pick MJ finding an idol and immediately using it, but at the same time, literally every person on the stars didn't even know the limo driver's name. Like about 4 icons were almost done the adventure, and the stars were like, who is Jimmy? We've never heard of this man. We don't understand what's going on. It was just really funny, especially when you played it and they were all like, I don't understand how this happened. All the thrown votes and their power. It was not always the same person throwing the votes, which is what I think is so funny. I'm still not sure if everybody knows who voted for who every council, but you will find out pretty soon. The drunk icons. I don't remember when this happened, but this was like Crow, Jack, Allison, and Lindy, I think, after some point after the merge. They just all got drunk on call and made an alliance chat. I don't think it was ever used again after that night, but it was very, very messy. And then Ali winning the movie set madness challenge despite asking to be fired every single round. Like the intern position, I think is one of the hardest ones to win for because you're so easy to be fired. And despite the fact he admitted that, despite the fact he was skiing and he said, "Please fire me, I don't want to do this challenge," he still managed to win, which was pretty wild. So now we go on to most robbed. Most robbed is, I mean, again, literally every person from Emily all the way to Ari, in my opinion, was most robbed. But this person I picked because I felt like had they literally made it one round further, they would have like totally the whole game would have been different because they were very well connected. They had a lot of really close allies that were looking to take them at least till final seven. They didn't really have any enemies until, of course, the council that they left. So I did end up picking Chris as our most robbed player. Chris, I always love hosting you. You had a bit of an under the radar game, so I was surprised to see everybody snipe you, but it was a good move for sure. So now best and worst moves. The worst move, I'm going to start with that. This was tough because I don't really think there were any bad moves in this season. So I ended up picking one where I feel like had the person made a different choice, they would not have gone home. Because to me, that's kind of like what maybe the worst move would be. And I don't know for sure if this person would have not gone home, but I did pick Matt playing the safety without power on Crow instead of literally anyone else because MJ and Jack had been talking all day in their little alliance chat, being like, "We hate Crow. We want Crow out. If Crow is still here, we're gonna like play an idol. Crow will go." And then Matt saved Crow, and so that obviously did not happen. Who knows what could have been? Matt Summers could be winning the season right now. Maybe we don't know in a different timeline. And then the best move, I felt like there were so many good moves this season. Just to name some runner ups, the 2-1-1 of Final Four was phenomenal. I think like the like Jinx, MJ, Jack kind of coming together to take out Chris, phenomenal. Like those are the two that really immediately come to mind. But this one goes even farther back. This one is actually at the first Icons Council, which was when Jay, Jinx, MJ, Ali, and Jack teamed up to flip the Icons team entirely. Like watching this, I was just like my mind was blown because you have Jay and Jinx who are very well positioned on the team. They're not at the top, but they're like pretty high up. And both of them were like, "No, I don't want to vote out MJ. I'm not interested in that." You have MJ and Jack finding the idol. And then you also have Ali having a great relationship with all of them. And like not just coming together, but then having Jay still vote for MJ when they knew what was going on. And then getting the vote split on Allison and Lily. And then like you go into the next vote and that majority had just imploded. Like it was just so good. I was like, oh my gosh. I remember being like, I wonder if this season will be boring. And then everybody did that. And I was like, no, never mind. That was a great move. Okay. So next up, best duo and best rivalry. I think, again, very competitive categories. Most of the best duos involved MJ and most of the best rivalries involved Crow. So there was a lot going on there. But the best duo, I mean, these two were just like so close all season. They did have a duo chat. I loved reading it. I loved seeing the jokes between them. And I just felt like strategically they were both so good and supportive of each other. And so watching them make moves like together, but then separately, it was just amazing. So of course it is MJ and Jinx, best duo of the season for sure. The second Jinx got voted out, MJ was like, "We better win best duo." And I was like, I did write it down in the doc, but I'm not going to tell you that. And then best rivalry, I don't think this is coming as a surprise. It's a bit of, showman's gone wrong, but it is, of course, Jack and Crow, because I think it's pretty self-explanatory with that one. Love Jack and Crow. Okay, so the big three. This time for the host favorite awards, there's a little bit of a twist. So as you all know, Ryan didn't really follow this season. To be honest, I'm not sure he knows who was fully in the cast. So I picked a different person to do a host award in place of Ryan. This person probably knows the most of what happened in the season, aside from me, because every day after a council, I'd be like, guess what just happened? Guess what's going on in this game? Did he really care? Maybe not, but he listened to all of it, which was very supportive and you love. That was Nick, my partner, who's also from Taskmaster, also music video judge. He knows a lot of what was going on in the game. It was very fun. So I said, do you want to pick a host favorite? And he did. And his host favorite, He said he picked this person when he saw the music video because this person, I mean, it was iconic. It was Javier. He loved hearing about Javier. Every time I would mention what was going on, he's like, "Is Javier still in?" I was like, "He is. He's killing it." It was very fun. My host favorite, another tough one, because again, literally wanted to pick every single person. Ultimately, I picked this person just because, like, their commentary on what was happening was very sarcastic and funny, and I really loved that. And I loved like seeing them, just the duality of them interacting with another player and seeing like how they would talk about it. And they're just very fun, very jokey, very silly. So I picked Crow for my host favorite. Congratulations, Crow. And then Katie, I mean, these are very biased awards. Katie picked the person. I said, here's the people you know on the cast. Which one do you want to pick? And so she picked Jack because we love Jack. Okay, here we go. The fan favorite award. So the fan favorite award was a very, very close race, very close between two people, but ultimately one came out on top. I don't think it is probably that surprising that this person has won. Oh, not TBD. Oh my God, I took that out of there. It's still Shane. It's not Shane. He did not win again. Pretend that says Ari because Ari won fan favorite. It is updated in the document, but I didn't refresh. How embarrassing. Anyways, we'll be moving on to player of the season and player of the season runner up. So hopefully this goes in the right order. It doesn't say Rose and TJ again. But these two, I was so close for who would get runner up and who would get player of the season. And ultimately, the reason I gave this person runner up was because I felt like the winner for player of the season would have won hands down if they made the end against basically anyone. Whereas this person is like, maybe they have to fight a bit more. But this person for player of the season runner up was very like in the background, but at the same time in the foreground. They were making moves, but at the same time, no one wanted to vote them out. They went all the way to the final three and only got 2 votes against them. And it was the 2-1-1 really that made me say Ari has to be winning player of the season runner up. Ari and the person who won player of the season were like my two like back and forth. I was like, who's gonna be winning this? It was a very close race. And I should say the final two is not eligible for this award in case that was not clear. But then player of the season, I mean, I kind of spoiled it because I said earlier I picked this person a lot to win. But I just felt like this person had like a really like seeing everything view of the game where like their insights were always so spot on. And they had this really wonderful balance of like making moves, but at the same time, not taking it too seriously, but like taking it seriously enough that it was fun for everyone. So I gave player of the season to Jinx. Congratulations, Jinx. You played a phenomenal game. And yeah, I think hands down, had Jinx made the end, they probably would have won. They were, again, literally every episode, I was like, Jinx is winning, Jinx is winning. And then they went home and I was like, huh, okay, that's what I thought would happen. Okay. Normally we have a big reveal here for our next seasons, but I don't really have anything to reveal for it because we're going to take a bit of a break. We're probably not going to do another Survivor season for quite some time. I would think at least until the summer. So we're going to take a nice break. Whoever wins this gets to be champion for a while. We may have the challenge coming back soon, but that is TBD on whenever Ryan will be doing that. But Survivor's going to sleep for a while. And then the winner reveal. This is why you all showed up. I know. And I'm sorry, there was no Clown of the Season award. It was a 22-way tie between every single person in the cast for very obvious reasons. Okay, so now I am going to remove the jury. I'm just going to keep the final two on screen. I mean, jury, you can still listen in the background if you want, or you can watch on the stream. Oh, not Matt. You get out of here. There we go. I don't know how to put myself on the bottom. I hate this. Okay, whatever. We're going like this. All right. Here we go. Allison and MJ, you have come as far as you can in this game. One of you will ultimately be crowned the winner in just a few minutes. Before we get to it, I wanted to say both of you played so well. Allison, I remember the first time I got on call with you in Ghost Island, I was just like, this girl is so funny. I messaged the host chat instantly and I was like, Ryan, I'm obsessed with Allison. I love her so much. She's so great. I'm so happy she's in this game. And then when you applied for this, I was so excited because I was like, I don't know if you had fun in Ghost Island. I don't know if she'll want to play again. So to have you come back and then just like kill it, I think you did such a phenomenal job. And then MJ, I mean, I already told you this. Anytime MJ applies, I'm like, I'm casting MJ, like no question about it. I feel like I remember on your app you put that you wanted to show more of yourself that you like hadn't really got to yet in this series. And I was like, I feel like we're gonna see that this time. And we absolutely did. The idols, the challenges, phenomenal. Both of you were absolutely amazing. You should be proud of yourselves no matter what. But that being said, here we go. We're going to read the votes. There are 9 total. It takes 5 to win. Here we go. First vote, MJ. Second vote, MJ. Third vote, Allison. Fourth vote, Allison. So 2 votes each, MJ and Allison. Fifth vote, Allison. Sixth vote, MJ. So we are 3 votes each for both of you. Seventh vote, MJ. The 8th vote, and the winner of Icons and Stars is MJ. Congratulations! You did it. You played a phenomenal game. I'm not at all surprised to see that you made the end or that you won. Allison, you also played phenomenally. Congratulations to both of you. But MJ, if you would like to say anything, go ahead and say whatever it is.
First of all, Allison, you're amazing. Secondly, I want to thank the Academy. I'm going to consider this Best Director, Best Actor, Best Original Screenplay Award. But yeah, again, Jessica, thank you so much for always having faith in casting me, and I'm glad that I really showed up this season. And everyone else, thank you. Thanks everyone. This was a blast. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much to both of you, as well as the other 20 players and all of the viewers, because truly, like, we can't host these games if people don't apply, and this was easily our best cast yet. I think that the whole jury, the pre-jury, everyone was phenomenal. It's now over. Now you get to celebrate, look at confessionals in a bit, and that's it. Reminisce about the 55 Alliance chats that existed in this season. But yes, congratulations.